as a funny side note, he said obviously he was kind of panicking when he found out he's going to miss the set. So he had some like random bum just try to help break his window with him.
What? Did they do it? Did he do it? Welcome to the 59th episode of the Cast That Ends Creation. I'm your host, Chris Deering. This is the show where I interview bands and public figures from the mathcore adjacent communities. If you beautiful people in chat have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in. I'll try to read them aloud. If you'd like to sub for $5, you get access to some exclusive emotes as well as access to the interviews before they hit YouTube and streaming services. You can also sub for free by attaching an Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. It's like taking $5 from Jeff Bezos' pocket and putting it into mine. If you're watching us on YouTube, listening to us in your car, and have no idea what I'm talking about, show is first shown live on Twitch. Join us every Sunday and Wednesday at twitch.tv/thecast for the live cast. With that out of the way, let me introduce our guest tonight who dropped their amazing album, Aura of Iniquity, last April. Welcome in Dead World Reclamation. How's it going, guys?
Yo.
Thank you for having us.
Dude, absolutely. You guys are awesome. Tell us who you are, what you do in the band.
Yeah, I can start that one off. So I am Andre. I play guitar and do our orchestration.
I'm Connor. I'm the vocalist.
And my name is Alex. I play the bass.
Alrighty. So the name definitely comes from the And Hell Followed With album, correct?
So close. When the band first started out, we had the album written before we had the name figured out, and we were just like, okay, so we got to decide between like Dead World Reclaimed or Dead World Reclamation. And at the time, none of us put the pieces together that Dead World Reclamation was also an And Held Followed With song.
So what drug you to that name to begin with then?
So the first album is a concept album, like a society creates a god, the god realizes humanity's shit, and then destroys the world, essentially. And so, yeah, Dead World Reclamation, kind of based off that.
Okay. You guys started your Facebook in April of 2017. I assume that's when you guys came together?
Mm-hmm.
How'd that happen?
I guess technically the two founding members are me and Mark. So me and Mark had been in conversation with each other. He'd always been in bands and I was always just like, oh my God, like you shred on drums. So finally there was a period of time when we were both not in bands, and then we formed the band, and then over time got Connor and Alex and Dakota, and now we're where we are now.
Okay, pretty straightforward. You guys dropped your first album, Sentient, very classic melodic death metal. You can even tell from the artwork, which I almost had pulled up correctly. Yeah, it's got very, I guess it's In Flamesy vibes. I don't know. The style is pretty different from what you guys have now on your new album, Aura of Iniquity. So what changed, like influence-wise, leading into this album?
Well, the addition of these guys, for one. These guys have been a tremendous help in kind of implementing the sound that we have going now.
So before, was it just you and Mark on it?
The first album was mostly kind of songs I had before the band came together.
Gotcha.
And then like everything was kind of skeleton of songs, and then we kind of fleshed everything out from there. And then with this album, it's all five of us able to actually write together.
Oh, okay, awesome. So it's more of a collaborative effort than the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's safe to say that Black Dahlia Murder has to be a gigantic influence, because it's totally the vibes that are being given off here. What other bands or influences for you guys?
You guys want to?
Yeah. I mean, some of my favorite metal bands, I'm kind of more into the classic sound, so I like, like Lamb of God, Gojira. I love, like classic rock as well, all the way up to like crazy death metal stuff.
Like a little bit of everything. I got you, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's how you have to be.
As long as it has guitars, basically.
Yeah, for me, at least vocally, it was a lot of like First off, Slipknot, Corey Taylor really got me into doing vocals, and then it progressed into like Lamb of God, Randy. I love Deicide for the gutturals and stuff like that. Travis Ryan, obviously, Trevor Sternad is a huge influence. So yeah, a lot of stuff like that for sure.
Is that how you pronounce his name? I never know how to pronounce the last name.
Sternad.
Sternad. Okay.
Yeah, like for me, Dahlia, of course, Faceless and Wretched, like three biggest influences on kind of the writing for us.
I don't think I've ever checked out Wretched, but dude, absolutely, Planetary Duality is gigantic for me. It's one of like best albums of all time, like for sure. So, what's the writing process like now? You were saying it's more collaborative, so people are just bringing in pieces, see what sticks to the wall, that kind of thing.
Yeah, for the most part, kind of with us. So myself or Dakota will sit down and jam out the skeleton of a song, and then we will send it out to everybody, and then we will all just make adjustments to our parts and add and take away where appropriate. So it's, a lot more collaborative than the first one, just because that was me coming in with songs already written, whereas this time around, every phase of the writing process we all had input on.
Okay. It definitely feels more slick, I guess is a good way to say it. I'm not sure. The last time around it was a lot more meticulous sounding, and this it sounds more organic and like fluid, if that makes sense. I don't know what I might not be describing this correctly, but this time around it sounds a lot better. The lyrics are gigantic and like huge for me. Like they're awesome. I love the stories. A lot of bands will just like talk about like some kind of emotional thing that they're going through, or like issues like at home or something like that. But this one are full-blown stories that go from everything from space exploration to creepy ass spiders and zombies and stuff. So, and these were genuinely fun to read while I was like listening to them. What's the inspiration behind these? Are you like taking pieces from stories that you've read and stuff, or like specific authors? How's that work?
So I wrote the lyrics for this one.
Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, like Trevor is one of my biggest influences when it comes to writing, and that just like and like just fantasy in general. Like I love to read, and I just love to write as much as possible. So like I get an idea in my head, and just like, yo, that would make a brutal idea for a song. Let's go with that.
Alrighty. And Cricket Slams in chat, that was the first thing we talked about. They didn't get the name from that; it just happened to be like that. He's asking if you guys were basing your name off the "And the Hell Followed With" album. So, you recorded this at Metasonic Studios with Jeremy Davis. Is that the guy from Paramore?
No, it's
It's not? Okay. Because I looked up his name and that was the only thing that came up. I was like, okay, maybe this dude does production now. What was it like recording the album?
You guys want to take this one?
Yeah, well, it was a long process. It was tedious. We definitely put, a lot of attention to detail in every little riff, just making sure everything was done, as perfectly as possible. Well, basically, we just did, one person at a time, and then kind of slowly built it up. And like I said, it was, it took a while, but it was all worth it once we heard the final product. I think we're all blown away by, all the work that we put in, and we're all really happy with the way it came out.
So this was during the pandemic is when y'all were recording?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. One of the things that I find interesting is how people start off the recording process, because like especially in the pandemic, because it's usually like the guitarist and drummer doing some like sketches or whatever, of the song, and then someone will come in and do like the real part, and you build it off of that. How do you do that when it can only be one person at a time? How do you start recording a song?
Well, the demos that we do, we actually program them in like Guitar Pro. So we kind of have like a rough draft of what the song is, kind of like the tempo of the song and what we're going to do. And we could kind of use that as a template when we go in and actually record.
Okay, so the drummer will then take that in, record his part, and then you guys follow in afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, we've already like when we went into the studio, we had pretty much everything set. Like we knew exactly how the songs were going to be structured out, except for Dakota's guitar solos, which like he went in there and wrote a lot of the solos on the fly, and I am always impressed by like how well he can write like his lead work and whatnot. But yeah, for the most part, everything was structured out beforehand.
Nice. Does he remember them for the shows that y'all will probably be playing in the future?
Let's hope.
So you got your artwork done by Mark Erskine? Is that correct? Erskine?
Pretty sure. I'm not 100% either.
Dude, I saw his Instagram and stuff. Dude, the guy's amazing. Holy crap. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Did y'all just pull this as a picture he had already done, or did y'all like give him direction?
I think we just pulled it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, our drummer saw it on Facebook, and we were just like, "Oh yeah, dude, that has to be our album cover. Let's hit him up and find out how much it is."
Dude, fuck yeah.
Yeah, there's a few days where we were just sending nothing but album art, and then that one came across, and we were all like, "Yeah, that's the one."
Hell yeah, dude. Even if y'all didn't like commission it, it kind of fits with a lot of the themes that you guys have, so I really like it. I also saw you have a new logo than you had before, which looks so much better. This is so much better than what y'all had.
Yeah.
What's the thing going on in the middle of it? That little orb?
A dying planet, if I remember correctly.
Okay. That's really interesting.
World,
Dude, I dig it. Did he do the art, your logo and stuff as well?
So different guy did our logo. If I remember correctly, it's Imperfect Design. But yeah, he did our logo and absolutely killed it.
Nice. What about the lyric videos?
That was I think his Facebook page is B2 Create. He actually just did the I feel like I'm going to butcher the pronunciation on this. He recently did the Strotgen lyric video. One of the bands that dropped through Artisan.
Yeah, I thought that it looked very similar to one of the ones that they did. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. Oh, dude, he fucking killed it, man. These are great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, lyric videos are usually super boring, but this, like, it's an actual video. You know what I mean? It's not just, like, swirling around the album cover or whatever. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude, he killed it.
So, you guys play shows, obviously, and not right now, but in the past. What was your best show that you played?
I would probably have to say this Summer Slaughter.
Nice. What year?
It was like 2 years ago, I
That was
think.
2 years ago.
2019.
So, that was Between the Buried and Me headlining, or?
No, that was Cattle Decap and
Yeah, it was the Cattle.
Necro, Kublai Khan, and I can't remember who else. Faceless was there? No.
I think so. I know.
I thought that they like canceled all
Or is
their
Faceless
shows. Yeah,
creation?
with Facebook. The Faceless. I thought the Faceless canceled all their tours or something. Like, you guys have always been super
It might have
inconsistent.
been like a new
Oh,
lineup.
no, it wasn't Carnifex, huh?
No, it was 2019. It was 2019 Summer Slaughter. It was Cattle Decap, Carnifex, Faceless, Rivers of Nile, Necro Kublai Khan, Lorna Shore, and Brand of Sacrifice.
Dude, that's pretty dope. Did you guys like have to sell like tickets and shit to get on that, or were y'all just like let on?
There was a contest, like a battle of the bands called Headbang for the Highway.
Oh,
and
nice.
we ended up winning that. And that's a story in itself as well.
Dude, we got
Christ.
time. We got time. Get into it. Let's do this.
Oh man. Okay. So yeah, I can take this one and just fill me in if I get any details wrong. By the way, guys. So it is the day of the Battle of the Bands, and we are stoked to play. Like we're getting ready. And I think beforehand, Dakota, our other guitarist, there was something that there's something weird he was doing with his gear. Like, wasn't he not loading in? Didn't he leave it in his car or something like that?
He just like waited too long to get it, and then he went to our practice space, which is pretty close to the venue, like an hour or two before we're supposed to play. And then he ended up locking his keys in his own car or his trunk or something like that.
Yeah, so he
actually
locks his
could have made
keys.
it.
He locks his keys in his truck, and so it hits sound check, and we're like, "Oh, yo, like, where are you? Like, we have to play this show in like 20 minutes." And he's like, "Yo, dude, I locked my shit in my car. Like, I don't have a way of getting this before the show." And so, like, we're already kind of, losing our shit a little bit because, like, it's gonna be one of our bigger shows. It's one of the biggest shows we played. And so we're getting ready, and we're just like, okay, we're down a guitarist. So as we're loading in, as we're sound checking, my Axe effect stops working. So I basically my live rig, I didn't have it. So we're down a
Nice.
guitarist. I'm down my actual rig. I had to like make something work like right beforehand, but like got on stage nervous as all hell, and then somehow still won. Like that was the like
Yeah,
it was fucking insane, dude.
no leads or anything. We just. But as a funny side note, he said obviously he was kind of panicking when he found out he's gonna miss the set. So he had some like random bum just try to help break his window with him.
What? Did they do it? Did he do it?
No, they weren't able to break the window.
That's great. Holy shit.
Oh god, dude.
And that was
You
just
know
the
how-
battle of the bands leading up to the Summer Slaughter. What went wrong at Summer Slaughter?
Oh no, Summer Slaughter was great. It's just
Yeah.
that Battle of the Bands. Yeah, we still give Dakota shit about that to this day. I mean, oh god, but yeah, Summer Slaughter is definitely one of the best. I think the best show we've ever played. Like,
Yeah, that
Definitely
was
with the most people.
fucking awesome for sure. I've never been so winded because it was just such an adrenaline rush, and I mean there was enough people there to where they would interact with everything you said, and they loved our music, and I just remember going so hard for that set, and the moment we stopped, Mark, our drummer, looked at me and he's like, "All right, let's load off," and I was just like, "Fuck you, bro." I freaking just drained. My body's aching. I can't move a muscle. But it was the best show I've ever played for sure. It was awesome.
Yeah, I remember I was out back before, and we played pretty early for the amount of bands.
Mhm.
We were just having a few drinks out back, and we're about to start. And I'm like, oh, there'll probably be, like 30, 40 people there since it's like pretty early. Then I came in the back. I was like, holy shit, like everyone already showed up, like ready to go. And I was pleasantly surprised by the amount of people there.
How many do you
Like,
think?
I think
there
Mark.
were?
I think it was it was close to like 250 or something like that, right?
Damn.
oh no, it was more. I think it was more than that, dude. It was. It's one of our like more popular venues out here.
Or was.
Recently closed down, unfortunately. But it was the larger side of their venue, and that shit was pretty packed. So I think it
Dude, that's
might have
awesome.
been more than that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh yeah.
That's sick. What's one of your worst shows? Or some of your worst?
Well, before I joined, I watched them play at the Yucca Tap Room to like the bartender and myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It played great, though. It played great, but there wasn't very many people there.
yeah, man. Yeah, that was. I mean, we've gotten really lucky. We haven't really had like a bad show. Like we've obviously had those shows where we're like one member isn't happy with their performance and whatnot, but like overall we've dodged some bullets in regards to like having real shit shows.
That's awesome. What's the weirdest place you guys have played? So far, it's been things like ice cream parlor, elementary school for fifth graders, and then things like barns and stuff like that. What about you guys? Any weird places?
With this band, not really, but I mean, some of our old bands, there were some pretty weird places we'd play. I don't know if you guys have heard of like the Fix, if you remember that place.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like no AC. It was just dangerous to play in there. You've been hydrating all day, but
Yeah, dude. Like for us, we haven't really played anything too crazy. Like other previous bands, like played a house show at like the cops ended up, but like coming right before like the headlining band. Nothing too crazy, I suppose, though.
Okay. Did they shut the show down or?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Dude, that sucks.
I played a one time with my previous band, these haunted houses like during Halloween time, and I thought it was gonna be so sick. I was like, awesome metal band, Halloween houses, perfect mix. And then we just got out there. It was in the middle of in the middle of the desert. I'm like, where's the stage at? And the guy's like, here it is. And it was just the dirt. And we set up all our shit and with some, extension cords. And my guitarist was playing through the same amp that I was, doing my vocals through. So you couldn't hear me. And it was just like, and there was maybe 2 people watching us, same thing. Everyone else was just walking right past us to the haunted house. Was like, this fucking sucks. Yeah, it was bad.
Dude, that
and then
blows.
we were like, yeah, we were like a metalcore band, and then right after us, it was like black metal. And I was just like, all right. Like they had the corpse paint and everything. It was very strange.
Like the lineup.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. I forgot to mention, I should have talked earlier about it in recording, but y'all do orchestrations and stuff. I'm assuming that's through VSTs and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
What programs do you use for that?
Guitar Pro. Like we do.
Oh, really?
Everything.
Like the keys and stuff are all in Guitar Pro?
Yep.
Damn, dude, that sounds pretty good for that. Yeah, I would think it would sound like shit.
No, I think Jeremy uses something else, but
oh, I mean, yeah, writing wise, we use Guitar Pro.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like Jeremy was like the one adding it all in.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. So, how do you guys dress your hot dogs?
What do you guys want to take that?
Specialist isn't here to lead off, but
I'm sorry,
Mark's,
what?
I said Mark's a known hot dog lover, so it's too bad he's not here to start this one off. But for me, I just like to keep it simple. I like just mustard, like relish if it's available. I think the mustard is actually more valuable than the ketchup,
Oh, I agree. Ketchup, nah, it's just too sweet for me, man. Gotta get a little bit tangy.
I'll do ketchup and mustard sometimes, and then I'll sometimes do just mustard, and then sometimes I'm a fucking weirdo. I don't like chili cheese dogs. I like just shredded cheese on my hot dog, and that's how I'll take it. Not even melted, just straight cold fucking shredded cheese.
Okay, now I'm not with you. I was with you with like some warm cheese. Like you get those dogs with like the cheese in the middle of it. That's good. You know what I mean? But I guess I can get behind cold shredded cheese. It's better than nothing.
I'm a connoisseur of cheese. I'll eat cheese off the block, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah, man.
God. Lactose intolerance.
That's definitely a tour. That's a tour food item right there. Block of cheese in the fridge, little mini fridge.
For you guys, maybe.
Tour food. That's great.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that one.
What about you, Andre? How do you dress your hot dogs?
I am a very simple man, and I don't like hot dogs that much, so I just go straight with ketchup.
Alrighty, just get it down as fast as possible. I got you. So you guys self-released this. Was that the plan the whole time, or were y'all trying to get any kind of labels helping you out?
Yeah, we were trying to get labels. We were trying to see if any labels would be interested in the album previous to release. We ended up self-releasing, and I'm definitely happy we did because it's been doing really well. But yeah, we weren't opposed to finding a label with this album or anything.
Okay. Yeah, you guys did pretty good. It was 1.4K streams about on a release day, and it actually looks like your last single took off more than your release day numbers for some reason. What happened there?
Spotify just not updating anything, updating things correctly. Because the single had been doing really well, and apparently Germany and the Netherlands really digging the new album. But Spotify just didn't track things well. But
okay, I didn't know if y'all did some kind of promotion or something like that I wasn't super aware of. Because it looked like y'all got more than like 2.2K streams on that single's release. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, release day, it came in with like 11,000 streams
Jesus
for
Christ.
arachnocratic assemblage.
That's insane. That's insane. So Andre, you do Arizona breakdowns. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh yeah, so that is a little podcast that myself and my buddy Ryan run. We just interview musicians. We've had Connor on before. Had a podcast with a whole bunch of different local Arizona vocalists. But yeah, we just sit down, interview people, and shoot the shit essentially.
Nice, just like what we're doing here. I like it.
Yep.
Where can people find it?
That is YouTube, Arizona Breakdown. Actually, it's Arizona Breakdown across all socials.
Okay, nice. I'll definitely put links in the description for this. Here. Alex, you do Solvaria? Was that correct?
It's called Solvaria.
Solvaria. Alrighty. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that project?
Well, that's another band I'm in that also features Dakota, the guitarist of Dead World, our other guitarist. And in that one, I actually play guitar instead of bass. But it is another metal band. Probably has like a little bit more melody, a little less blast beats, stuff like that. We still use 7-string guitars and have some heavy stuff. But yeah, I'd say it's, just another metal band. We're trying to get our vocalists ready to go because we actually recorded 6 songs with Jeremy at Metasonic, my bad, Jeremy, Studios as well. So we have the 6 instrumentals done, ready to go. And we're working with our vocalists to hopefully record the vocals soon so everyone can hear what we've been doing.
Hell yeah, man. What about you, Connor? You don't have anything going on, right? Or
Nope, just these guys.
alrighty.
That's good enough for me.
One band man, I like it. Honestly, I don't know how all these people could be in all these different bands at the same time anyway, so I'm with you on that.
Yeah, with the vocal thing, that's tough.
So what was the last album you guys listened to? Could also just be a song.
Well, on the drive to my mom's house today, I was listening to some old Children of Bodom.
Old
I don't know
what?
if you guys are into them too much. Children of Bodom.
Oh, Children of Bodom. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never actually listened to them, which is weird because I grew up when they were getting really big. But I don't know if it was because like they were the popular thing and I was trying to go against the popular thing. I have no idea. But yeah, like I've heard a couple of snippets. It sucks that Alexei Leho, or that I think that's how you pronounce his name. It sucks that he died recently. But yeah. I'm assuming they were a big influence on you guys, actually.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I don't know about the other guys, but some awesome guitar work on those albums for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Connor?
Shit. I've been listening to the new Gojira album a lot. Thought that was a pretty solid album.
Dude, I didn't even know they released something until like today. I need to go and check it out.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't see any kind of promo for it or anything.
It's solid. I really enjoyed it. They got a lot of good songs on there. There's a band called Buried Realm I've been getting into a little bit. A little melodic death metal. He's a one-man band as well. Let's see. I listened to a lot of Kublai Khan lately. I still jam the Cattle Decap record that came out like 2 years ago. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been listening to.
Favorite Cattle Decap album?
Ooh. Probably gonna have to go with Death Atlas, most recent one.
Same.
Death Atlas was great. I do love what is it? What's the one that has Monolith? Is that it?
Monolith of Inhumanity? Is that it?
Inhumanity, right? Yeah, I do love that.
The yellow one too. Forgot the name of that one.
The yellow one?
Yeah, it's kind of like a yellowish color with the
one with the monkeys on it.
Like the pills coming out of the dude or something? Is that the one?
I'd have to look it up. It came after. There was like a greenish one, the Monolith of Inhumanity, and then there was one after that.
Monolith of Inhumanity is the one with the monkeys on it, I think. The dude's turning into the monkeys, right?
Oh, that's right.
And then Circo something. Can't remember the other one where the guy's rotting in the ground. That's
with like the pills and shit coming out of him or something.
Yeah.
That's Anthropocene Extinction.
Yes.
Sure, sounds good.
Sounds great too.
For me, I don't know if it's because it's nostalgic or whatever, but dude, Bloody Karma is their best one, like by far. That one like sticks in my head so much.
We'll have to go back and check that one out then.
Oh, dude, definitely.
Yeah, I was gonna say I only really got into their newer discography, so I still need to go back and listen to some old cattle.
Fuck yeah, you do, man. Hell yeah, Bloody Karma, check it out. So what you been listening to lately, Andre?
Summoning the Lich.
Ooh.
Yeah, United in Chaos is an absolute banger. And weirdly enough, I've been like on a Billie Eilish kick. So
Okay. Get
Yeah.
behind that. What about albums of the year for either last year or up to this point this year?
I can't even remember fucking albums dropped last year, if I'm honest.
Dude, there was like a million of them. There was a million.
I got a couple that I can mention. I did like the Lamb of God self-titled one. The Trivium album, What Dead Men Say, I thought was pretty impressive. And then the album by Silosis, Cycles of Suffering, or Cycle of Suffering.
Oh, hell yeah.
Really into that one as well earlier in 2020.
Ready.
Dude, I'm trying to think of like my album of the year, but like this year and last year just feel like a big old blur. So
Yeah, that's my problem too. I'm like, fuck. I don't even know what was last year, this year, or the year before.
yeah, dude.
This year so far, I'd probably give the Gojira album a shout out for 2021.
Yeah, dude. I still need to listen to that. I'm honestly I've been listening to Summoning the Lich so much, I'm gonna go with that as my album of the year so far.
That was a badass album.
Oh yeah.
So you guys have some merch. You got shirts and CDs. It looks like the CDs are sold out though. Congrats on that. That's awesome. It's hard to sell CDs in this in this time that we're in. So it's awesome you guys are able to sell them out.
I only ordered 1 million, so I'm kind of shocked.
You guys have some shirts though. You want to show them off?
Yes. And speaking of the CDs, if anybody is looking at that and they're seeing that they're sold out, check back in like a week and a half. We will be restocking soon. But yeah, here are said CDs.
I went with the digipack. I like it.
Oh yeah. And here is our newest design.
Oh, that's different from the one on Bandcamp. Oh, no, never mind. That is a Bandcamp one. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
That's
there's
sick.
also another one.
Nice. That's
With
sick.
the old logo.
I think I can bring up a big image for it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's a bigger image that people couldn't see it too well. So that's about all I had to talk about. Unless you guys had something else you want to bring up.
The hot dog story, just so we can get some context on that, I suppose.
Dude, go for it.
Oh God! So that was another Summer Slaughter, I think, it was the Faceless. But yeah, we're sitting there watching the Faceless, and our drummer Mark is just drunk as hell. So we're sitting there watching them, and Ken, the vocalist at the time, like they're in a little break, and while the venue is like somewhat quiet, Mark yells at the top of his lungs, "Hey Ken, I can eat more hot dogs than you, man," or some shit like that. And then like Ken's just standing on stage there, just confused as to what the fuck just happened. But yeah, like ever since then, Mark has just been the hot dog guy. Like he's known locally as just the hot dog guy.
I mean, his logo is a pentagram made out of hot dogs.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we had. In regards to
Yeah, I
that.
just want to say I appreciate everyone that's checked out the album on all the streaming platforms or ordered on Bandcamp, and yeah, thank you to everyone that's checked it out so far.
Yeah,
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I was gonna say it's been super surprising for us the amount of good feedback we've gotten, because yeah, I would say this is definitely one of the biggest projects that any of us have been in. Maybe Mark with Apparitions was they were really getting rolling, but for us, this is the biggest project that we've been in, and it's been amazing hearing that people have been enjoying the album and all the positive feedback that we've gotten in regards to everything. So yeah, thank you once again for everybody checking that out.
Hell yeah! One of the things that I is one of my pet peeves is when people write like good music and it doesn't get promoted, so nobody knows it even existed. So it's awesome that you guys decided to go with Austin to like get the word out. Because it would suck if nobody knew this existed.
Yeah, dude, and Austin did a great job. If anybody out there is looking for help with getting their album, more eyes on their album, then check out Mind Eraser PR. Austin runs that, and yeah, he helped us a ton with this release.
Oh yeah. So if you're looking for something to tide you over before we get new Black Dahlia Murder, you should check out Aura of Iniquity, the new album from Dead World Reclamation, which dropped last April. You guys are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitter, Bandcamp, YouTube, and all the other streaming platforms. Is there anything that I'm missing?
No.
And all of it's at Dead World Reclamation, right?
Yeah, either Dead World Reclamation or DWR Official.
Nice. So as for me, drop my channel follow so you always know when I go live. You can also sub to get access to some exclusive emotes, as well as access to the interviews before they hit YouTube. You can also sub for free by attaching Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube folks, if you like the video, please drop a like, click on the notification bell, don't forget to subscribe. Check out my music, The Sound That Ends Creation, at thesoundthatinskreation.bandcamp.com. My next guest is UK-based chaotic hardcore band Cruelty, who dropped their sick debut album, There Is No God or I Am, last April on Church Road Records. Join us this Wednesday the 12th, right here at twitch.tv/thecastletenscreation for the live cast. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you had a good time.
Thank you for having us, man.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, man.
And thank you guys for watching and listening.